The rain in Sector 4 didn't fall, it vibrated. It was a constant hum-like static against the glass of Elias's workshop. Elias was a memory mechanic. People brought him their broken echoes, those small palm-sized glass cubes that held a 5-second loop of their happiest moments, and he polished the glitches out of their pasts. Most days it was soul-crushing work. He spent hours looking at grainy loops of toddlers taking first steps or couples kissing under neon lights. But then came the unmarked cube. It was delivered by a woman whose face was obscured by a heavy kinetic cloak. She didn't say a word. She just placed the cracked glass on his counter and vanished into the gray drizzle of the street. Elias plugged the cube into his bypass rig. Usually a corrupted echo shows static or ghosting, but this one was crystal clear. The loop began. It wasn't a wedding or a sunset. It was a man standing in a vast white sand desert, a landscape that hadn't existed on Earth for 30 years. The man wasn't smiling. He was staring directly into the lens, his eyes wide with a terrifying intensity. He spoke 6 words. "The sky is a screen. Run." Then the loop reset. Elias felt a cold sweat prickle his neck. Every echo is registered to a soul ID. He ran a deep scan on the cube's metadata. Result: 0. Matches, no soul ID. No timestamp, no GPS coordinates. In the world of 2042, it was impossible to exist without a digital footprint. Yet here was a man, captured in high definition, speaking from a desert that was now a toxic wasteland. Elias leaned in closer, magnifying the man's eyes. In the reflection of his pupils, Elias didn't see a camera. He saw a massive metallic pillar that reached so high it seemed to pierce the clouds. Elias looked up from his workbench and out at the Sector 4 skyline. He looked at the familiar dull gray clouds. He took a handheld laser, a tool meant for cutting glass, and pointed it straight up at the sky. The red dot didn't disappear. It landed. High above the clouds, a small red dot of light rested on a flat surface. The sky was barely 200 feet away. Elias looked back at the echo box. The man in the desert was still warning him. He realized the woman who dropped it off hadn't wanted it fixed. She wanted it heard. He grabbed his heavy coat and the unmarked cube. As he stepped out into the rain, he didn't feel the water on his skin anymore. He reached out and touched the brick wall of his shop. He pushed hard. The brick didn't crumble. It pixelated. He wasn't in a city. He was in a cage. And somewhere, someone was watching the echo box of his entire life, waiting for the loop to reset.